Hi everyone, my name is Antonio and today I'm gonna explain about the topic Pedreras in Monterrey. That is our topic for biology skills.
During the last years, Monterrey Nuevo León has been increasing its amount of pollution since it's a place surrounded by mountains and hills. Nuevo León became to be a populated city, so people need to explore new resources such as water and food, but the most demand was about the living place. So they start to explore the hills to build new houses. Nuevo León has been recognized for many years for its great and majestic mountains. Unfortunately, today that symbol of the beauty of the entity has deteriorated due to the looting and expropriation of them by the stone quarries, who seek to extract stones for the creation of cement. This type of activity has not only damaged the image of such a great landscape that cities had, but it also adding up a good amount of pollutions to the environment. This is carried out by the stone quarry to produce the cement aggravates the problem of pollutants thrown into the air, and not only that, since the constant use of dynamite also damage the soil, generating even geological faults. According to an official document published by the government of Nuevo León, Management to Improve the Air Quality of Nuevo León 2016 to 2025, this type of activity is the second largest contributor of pollutants in the metropolitan area, with equivalences of 21 to 28% of the total particles emitted per year. The particles they generate are very tiny, like 10 few meters each one, and consist of a complex mixture of solid particles, dust, and aerosols suspended in the air. Due to their size, they settle at such a slow rate that they can be inhaled by humans, increasing the toxic potential of their components. In addition, these particles are responsible for reducing visibility in other directions with air pollutants. This case not only affects the atmospheric area, but also the mountains and ecosystem, with many of the companies leave the stone quarry do not comply with the established programs when leaving the site. Currently, there are about 48 registered quarry stones, but it is known that there are many that are illegal. This situation is leading Monterrey into an environmental crisis, and whether it is pollution or not, the state must have better regulation and control about how many resources can extract free and unlimited.
The pedreras in Nuevo León are causing and raising too much the pollution levels.
If las pedreras still active in Nuevo León, that will increase the environmental problems, such as increasing the air, soil, and water pollution. That will increase the rate health problems of regions. Other serious problem is the loss of natural areas caused by this industry, leaving a large number of species without their home. But it isn't. How can we prove that? First of all, with the Sistema Integral de Monitoreo Ambiental de Monterrey. This system reports monthly the quality of the air of Nuevo León. With this, we can obtain the information about the pollutants in the metropolitan area, such as carbon monoxide, nitrogen oxides, ozone, particles smaller than 10 micrometers, and particles smaller than 2.5 micrometers. In this case, the pollutants of this industry are the particles smaller than 10 micrometers. According to Cesar Lopez, the particles smaller than 10 micrometers are obtained from the natural and anthropogenic origin. These are a mixture of solid particles, dust, and other. When analyzing the reports of these 3 last years, it can be seen that the areas where the machines of the Pedreras are located, there are more presence of pollutants, especially particles smaller than 10 micrometers. In January of 2017, Santa Catarina and Garcia, places where this activity is carried out, present high average of 19.68 and 19.18 respectively. In January of 2018, areas of Nuevo León showed high average, Garcia with 82.80, Santa Catarina 91.96, Cadereyta de Jiménez 65.84, and General Escobedo 76.97. Finally, in January of this year, the average were Garcia with 64.41, Santa Catarina with 69, Cadereyta de Jiménez 65.57, and General Escobedo with 75.81. Can be seen the average of the places where Pedreras work have remained with high average during the 3 last years. Although the results vary due to the time that they were taken, in this case January, where there is recess work due to holidays. According to the next graphic of Secretaría de Salud Federal, the 104.6% of 220.9 are particles smaller than 10 micrometers. The air pollution causes water pollution, since the particles and pollutants already mentioned are deposited in the soil and water bodies that are closer to the Pedreras. Sistema Nacional de Vigilancia Epidemiológica, it can be seen the number of cases of disease in recent years. Unfortunately, 36,096 cases were reported this year. As stated by experts, among the main pollutants in the entity are in the particles that are thrown by las pedreras, cars, industries, among other sources, as well as the case of the Santa Catarina River. If you think that they are the only consequences, you are wrong. The natural areas where the machines of this industry operate are destroyed in order to obtain the materials from the mountains. So a large number of animals are left without their habit to live. So it shouldn't be unusual to see one or more animals go down to the city, since we are destroying their home. As reported by Iram Hernandez from the newspaper El Horizonte, in Nuevo León operate 41 industry stonework, so 41 natural areas of our state had been affected. This is maintaining the ecological balance of Nuevo León. Also the forest effect. There the forest to be able to work with the machines. So the number of the species of plants are decreased, and this affects us because they are organisms that oxygenate the air. So if they cease to exist, they will increase the pollution of the air. Let's watch some opinions about this problem.
Tal grado de tener siempre los broncodilatadores con uno, ¿verdad? Eso es lo que más ha pegado en la salud. Aquí en Las Lomas, sector Bosques, aquí en García. Que se reubiquen, porque aparte del daño, pues, en la salud, también perjudica, pues, el daño a la flora y a la fauna.
Quienes no
Hi, this is me, Roy, and today I will explain you the test of hypothesis. According to my partner Daniela, if quarries are still active in Monterrey, we will have some serious air pollution problems. Why? Because quarries release lots of dust into the air due to the constant extraction of limestone. But does this affect the environment? Of course it does. People often get affected by the dust or smoke released by quarries. I am going to explain you why. Let's come here to the reason. First of all, the polluted air enters the nose. Since the nose normally retains most of the polluted air, there is not too much of a problem here, except for a few nasal infections. Then we have the throat, which closes on excess dust or particles. For example, when you choke with your saliva. And the bronchi and bronchioles who produces also some mucus which retains even more dust. Where the real problem begins are in the deepest parts of the lungs. The remaining dust collects into alveoli and produces scar tissue, which in long term will produce fibrosis in the lungs. But this air pollution doesn't only affect humans. It might also affect to other animals and species who are dying because of air pollution, obviously. And water pollution, because dust can also get to some water bodies. We don't have only pollution problems. We have also the loss of habitats. Remember that the affected mountains have lots of important species that are losing their homes because of the overexploitation of the mountain's resources. If you have seen the news recently, you might have noticed that Bronco wants to cancel the quarries. This is a thing that is maybe not true because they are still open, or maybe move them. Well, this might not work because the ecosystem will be damaged as well. It will only solve the health problems, or at least charge taxes to soften the damage done to the health of thousands of persons. Sadly, none of them are running right now. Bye, this was Roy and thank you for watching all this madness. Let's continue again with Danny.
As we saw previously, pedreras are affecting in high scale the citizens' health because of the inhalation of these tiny particles and the polluted air. On the other hand, the government has taken some measures, but this problem goes on and on. So, if we start with small actions, we can improve our state of Nuevo León. And as Mother Teresa of Calcutta said, not all of us can do great things, but we can do small things with great love.
Pedreras in Monterrey have been a huge problem nowadays, increasing pollution levels. For that reason, me and my team proposed a long-term solution, cutting off the production periods by alerting the companies, followed by a sanction or even the closing of the company for a week to reduce their pollution levels, and a short-term pollution of encouraging the companies about the following of rules.